Hey friends. Well, first thing, I want to introduce you to our new baby. This is Reagan, and she is 8 weeks old, and she is a Boston Terrier. We are loving her so much. It's so fun. But I really wanted to share with you today about Shabbat and trust. I had the great privilege of going to Albuquerque, New Mexico to a conference at B'nai Zion Olim, a congregation of Jews and Gentiles that are forming the one new man that the Bible speaks of. And it was the most powerful thing I've ever been to, and I loved it so much. But I learned something that really opened up a new understanding for me about Shabbat. And I knew a few things about Shabbat, but this is what I learned that really increased me. On Shabbat, it is as if they are preparing and rehearsing for the return of Yeshua as king on the earth. He will literally set his foot on this earth and rule for 1,000 years. And when he does, there will be no worries. He will rule. And so when they celebrate Shabbat right now, each week, they practice this. So tonight, when sundown begins, I begin to practice Shabbat. And I began making this statement after this conference. I started saying, Yeshua is king. I have no worries. And when I did that, it shifted something in me. It's like I got this new understanding and this new ability. He truly is the king already. Although he's not reigning on the earth, but he literally will at some point. But I can go ahead and step into the rest of that right now. And by doing that, I'm honoring him and I am preparing for that day. So Shabbat is about rehearsing and practicing the coronation of the King, Yeshua. So tonight, when Shabbat begins at sundown until sundown tomorrow night, go ahead and start practicing that. Go ahead and start rehearsing Yeshua is King. Because he literally is right now in the heavens over the earth, but he will step onto the earth and rule as king. So in entering into Shabbat, we practice this, and it is so powerful. It gives him honor. It gives so many things to our physical body, our mind, our emotions, our feelings, everything about us when we honor Shabbat. And it's the Lord's Shabbat. He said it. It's his Shabbat. And we enter into it, and it becomes our Shabbat. The other word I wanted to share with you is the word trust. You know, I've been studying the Hebrew language and the alphabet for about 4 years. It is so powerful. And this verse in Psalm 115:16 says, "You who fear the Lord, trust in him." Trust in him. He is their help and their shield. Well, the word trust, I looked it up, and it is the word in Hebrew that is the word batah. So let me see if I can help you see this. This is my little board I use all the time. Looking at my camera, my laptop. Let's get this where you can see it. Okay, maybe this is good. It, on the outside edges, is the Hebrew alphabet. In the middle is just some things I have written. But the letters go right to left. Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Hey, Vav, Zayin, Chet, Tet. I'm not going to say all of them. But each letter in the language has a meaning, it has a picture, and it has a number tied to it. So you can actually go into levels of understanding with each one letter. And then when you put letters together to form a word, it is powerful to give you the understanding of that word and to be able to embrace the word and step into that word. So the word trust, for us, it's like people say trust the Lord all the time. Well, you know what? Sometimes that isn't so helpful. It's like, especially if you're in chaos and a big struggle, events are happening that you're not in control of, which happens a lot today in the world. And we're to trust the Lord. But just saying that one word trust is an English word. It does not have the depth of meaning that the Hebrew word has. So let me share this with you. The word is betah. Beit, tet, chet. So I'm going to show you these letters. This is the letter bait. Shoot this up here real quick. In the pictures, a bait originally is a house. Okay? So hold on to house. A house is a dwelling place. Where is the house? There's a house that Yahweh lives in heaven, that I live in there with him, and I also am the house. So we live in this house together. Okay? The next letter is a tet, and it looks like a basket. The basket holds all of the goodness of Yahweh. The chet is the 8th letter. It can mean new life. It can mean new beginnings. It can mean eternity, but the picture of it is a fence. And a fence can be one way or another. It can keep stuff out, or it can protect things by keeping it in. So in the word trust in the English language, the Hebrew word betah would be like this: the house, the dwelling of Yahweh, his house, my house. We have one house. We live in it together. And it is filled with all the goodness of Yahweh. I am filled with the goodness of Yahweh, and I am fenced in. I am surrounded with the goodness. I'm surrounded by his house. I'm surrounded by him. I have the possibility for all new things and new beginnings and the eternal things. This is the word trust. Now, isn't that so much more powerful than just our English word trust? So I wanted to share that with you today, because tonight when Shabbat begins, I want you to step in to the rest that Yeshua is King. And I want you to trust him by knowing that you live in his house, filled with his goodness, and you're surrounded and fenced in by his presence and his goodness. I love you all, and I bless you.